We're with Mitch Whitaker with the Raptor Rehabilitation Program here in Letcher County. And Mitch, would you tell us a little bit about the Raptor Rehabilitation Program and a little bit about this owl we're getting ready to release?
Sure. My position at the Letcher County Extension Office is a wildlife rehabilitator. And we take in these animals that have been injured or hurt in some way or another, and as part of our program we try to see if we can get these animals back out into the wild. Oftentimes it's not as a happy ending as we're going to get to see here today. Sometimes these birds are unable to be released back out into the wild, and those birds would normally have to be euthanized. But through our special permits and program at the Extension Office, we're allowed to keep these birds as educational birds, where we get to take them out to schools and events and actually make the public aware of the role that these animals play in our environment. We actually are going to be releasing one of our the owls today that has been at our facility now for a couple of weeks. It's finally got back on its wing, we'll say, and we took it to the vet, and he has released it to be released back out into the wild. So this is one of those happy endings. It is a barred owl, a very common owl to the Appalachian Mountains. They're very common. If you'll notice, the release will probably be pretty quick today, but these animals are the only owls that have a solid black eye. They don't have a pupil really in them, and they have a rounded head, so they're able to distinguish them from other owls. So we're hoping today, when we get this guy out, we're going to actually put him on the ground here and see if he wants to come out on his own. I hope we don't have to coax him out. I'm hoping he'll come right out and fly to one of these trees. Ooh, how beautiful. I'll give everybody a chance to, this way we can look at him a little bit for a while anyway, because sometimes you get them out and it's so quick, it's just, they fly off, and a lot of times they'll hide. And a lot of people think hauling up our hunting, but they're not. They're up there just showing off, usually it's a male, trying to show a female how pretty he can fly and stuff. And then once they just pick them a mate, they pick them for life. There's a great story about them on the internet. There's one up in New York, and this guy kept documenting it. And one of them, the female got hit by a taxi. They put her in a rehab center, and so he thought she was gone, so he went and picked another mate. When she was released out of the rehab center, to come back, him and the first wife run off the second one. So that shows you how true they are. Awesome.
Okay, Mitch, we just saw the successful release of the owl. Can you tell us a little bit about what kind of injuries this owl had and everything?
The owl that we released was a barred owl. The barred owls, I'd like to explain how they got their name. Barred, B-A-R-R-E-D. If you notice, when we released the bird, underneath its chin here, there was special feathers that sort of made a horizontal markings across it, and that's where we get the name of barred. It looked like it had a bar of feathers under its chin. These animals, if you notice, were the only ones that had the solid black eye and had the rounded head. And when the bird flew off today, we noticed that he flew and then he quickly dropped. This bird has not been really in condition. This guy, he's been in a 30 by 30 stall for a couple weeks now. So for him to actually get out and start airing his wings out, getting his wings under him, was actually part of it, because this bird really didn't have any broken bones, any physical injuries, other than being actually hit and sort of, as we could say, the cobwebs was in its head. It actually took it a couple days for its systems to actually start back working again. When these animals get hit or hurt, they go into shock just like us humans do. The veterinarian give him a thorough examination and determined that just a couple days of rest inside the stalls there and keep him up to, we had to feed him, I believe it's close to 10% of their weight while they're in the rehab facility. Sometimes with injured birds like this one, we step up their food just a little bit. This guy started taking food really quick, so we were very satisfied to get this bird back out into the wild quicker. The longer these animals stay in our care and in these confined facilities, the more and more of that condition that they start losing. We're very fortunate to get this guy out. He actually did take off from the ground. He flew a good 50 feet there, but we would have liked to have seen him actually flew up into a tree, but he will get the strength back, and I'm pretty sure that this guy will probably make it. It is hard on these guys to survive even at 100%. 4 out of 5 of these animals don't make it through their first year. That's why these animals are protected. We're not allowed to hunt and eat these animals. So hopefully this guy will be one of those statistics that we've saved.